everybody, and welcome back to the Spice Podcast. My name is Blake.
And my name is Angel, and if this is your first time listening, we just kind of talk about sex and relationships and everything in between, and offer two unprofessional opinions on sex and relationships.
That's right. So if you get any questions, you can submit them to thespicepodcastofficial@gmail.com.
Yes.
So what have we got in store today?
All right, so today's episode is titled, She Never Wants to Have Sex.
All right.
All right, so I guess we'll just get into it.
Dive right in.
It says, hello, I'm a male 25 and have a girlfriend 24. She does not feel sexually aroused like I expect her to. She likes the idea of sex, but not the sex itself. When we do have sex, it's mostly just kissing and then her asking me to do it in missionary with no foreplay or oral play. She's very conscious about her body and does not know what she likes and what she doesn't like. I want to try new things in bed, but I can't because of this. I love her a lot. Kindly guide on how to improve this. I will be waiting for your answer. Thank you.
Okay, so she just doesn't know what she likes and doesn't like, assuming they've had that conversation. Mm-hmm. You got to talk. Are you guys talking about this? Mm-hmm. Have you had one single conversation about this? Be a place I don't think he mentioned anything about them even talking about it.
Yeah.
He's just saying, I want her to do this, and he wants this.
Yeah.
Okay, talk about it first.
If you were in this position and
mm-hmm.
I didn't enjoy sex.
Yeah.
And I said that I liked the idea of having sex, but then when it came to actually doing it,
mm-hmm.
I didn't enjoy it.
You didn't enjoy it.
And the only thing that we would do is missionary. Like, how would you handle that?
Yeah, I mean, I would find out what you don't enjoy about sex. Is it painful? You feel uncomfortable? What about it is the problem?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Like, why? Like, you say that you like the idea of it, so it sounds like you want to like it.
Yeah.
So how, let's identify what it is that we need to work on.
Yeah.
Do you just have too much pent up negative self-talk that you can't get comfortable? And then it is painful because of that. It sounds like she has some things to work through before being able to fully experience that and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as what he can do to help with that, I mean, he can just be a supportive partner. And if she's willing to talk about it, listen, I think that there's some more psychological hurdles that need to be overcome before even really focusing on the sex.
I feel like, understandably so, it sounds like he obviously wants to enjoy this part of their relationship together.
Yeah.
But it's like, it also is coming through like I don't know if this is true, but just the way that the words are reading, it sounds like he's putting a lot of expectations and pressure on that.
Yeah.
Like she does not feel sexually aroused like I expect her to.
Right.
And then saying that like, I want to try new things in bed, but I can't because of her. Like, I understand the frustration of wanting to fully experience that part of your relationship. I don't know whether or not they're communicating about it, but putting that pressure on her is probably not helping the situation.
Yeah. Based on the question, it feels more like me,
mm-hmm.
like I want this, when your partner is the one that's struggling with this. Obviously you are having to, experience the symptoms of that or the side effect of that, but your partner is the one who needs the space for that.
Also, there could be so many different reasons why this is happening. I will say, like, we can just pretend. I would guess that there's probably 3 different reasons. I'd guess that there's 3 likely possibilities for what could be causing this. Mm-hmm. And number 1, I would say, could be pain. Like, maybe it's painful mm-hmm. for her and therefore she doesn't enjoy it. 2, he did mention she's very self-conscious. Self-image issues could be a huge reason why she likes the idea of sex, but then when she starts engaging in it, all of those feelings come up and then she doesn't enjoy it because she can't get out of her head. So that'd be the second reason.
Yeah.
Or 3, like, it could just be that what they're doing as quote unquote foreplay is not really working for her and therefore she's not getting very aroused. So first and foremost, pain. If she's having pain, then she needs to see a doctor for the pain that she's experiencing.
Yeah.
So like, if that's the reason, if there is pain during intercourse, like making her not want to engage, then seeing her gynecologist or getting a gynecologist and having an exam done and explaining that she does have pain during intercourse, they can help her figure out exactly what that is. There are so many different conditions out there that can cause women to experience pain during intercourse. And until that's kind of addressed and treated, it's going to continue to not be fun.
Yeah.
Also, it may not even be a condition, but it could just be that there isn't enough foreplay. She's not warmed up enough. And then he's trying to go in and she's like not ready. And that can be very painful.
Yeah.
So
could it also be that if she's got a lot of discomfort and like self-esteem or self-confidence, she can't relax, and that can also cause pain? I mean, or make it unenjoyable.
I mean, yeah, of course that would make it unenjoyable. That's the second reason.
Good segue.
That was a good segue. That's the second reason that we talked about, was her having self-image issues.
Yeah.
Or that was one of the other reasons, was self-image issues. First and foremost, I would urge the partner who wrote in to be extra loving and give words of affirmation and be very gentle with her and remind her that you love her no matter what, and all those things. And also, as we always say on this podcast, therapy. So if it is self-image issues and it's affecting her so badly that she's unable to enjoy her sex life with her partner, then she should probably, get a therapist.
Yeah.
And that's not a diss. We all need therapy. Generally speaking, most of us need it. Yeah. So, and then what was the other reason that I said? Oh yeah, their foreplay. He's saying that they just kiss and then they do missionary.
Right.
And she doesn't know what she likes or what she doesn't like, so they never try anything new. If there's things that you want to try specifically regarding foreplay, then I would recommend just asking your partner, hey, can I try something?
Yeah.
Trying it and then asking them, do you like that? Yeah. Being vocal and communicating during the experience, but branching out and thinking about all the different things that you can do that could be considered foreplay. Foreplay to me is anything that's not penetrative sex, but it's going to vary from person to person. But for some people, like caressing your arm can be foreplay, like whispering in your ear, gentle kisses all down your body. Like there's a million different things that you can do that aren't so aggressively sexual, that can really help to like relax your partner and make them feel loved and desired and wanted, and can help kind of expand that experience. Yeah. In my humble, unprofessional opinion.
Yeah. Also, if their preferred foreplay methods don't really line up, then it's like her preferred method of kissing, maybe his heart's not in it, right? And so she can feel that. Yeah. And then his preferred method would be like oral play, and so she's hesitant on that, and he can feel that. And so it's just like, so
that's true. I didn't even think about that.
And I don't know how to necessarily solve that, but it's something to consider.
Yeah. I mean, I think sitting down and actually communicating this, like, hey, I recognize that we do a lot of kissing and I might be kind of turning you off because I'm not very enthusiastic about it. Yeah. And then I feel like the same happens when I desire oral sex from you and I feel like you don't want to do it, and then it makes me feel kind of icky, like just communicating that and getting it out on the table, and it's possible to come to an agreement. Okay, well, maybe we'll look for other things to do and we'll talk about it. I think that a lot of people are like scared or embarrassed to talk about sex with their partners with whom they're engaging in sex in the first place.
It's like they think they should both just know, like it should just click, and there should be no obstacles whatsoever. Yeah. But that's just not the case.
Yeah. It's not realistic. Yeah. Yeah. Because you're two different people. No two people are perfectly matched in what they like, what they want, and how often they want it and how they enjoy it. Like no two people are perfectly matched. So you're going to run into roadblocks and things and bumps in the road, and the ability to openly and freely communicate about it is going to be really important, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, I know it's really important.
Communication can help ease the tension.
Yeah. And again, like, I know that we already said therapy, but therapy is good for more than just her self-image issues. Like, if you guys are both feeling too embarrassed or too ashamed to talk about sex to each other when you're clearly engaging in it. Whether or not you're enjoying it is another story, but you're clearly engaging in intercourse. And if it's too taboo of a topic for you to just sit down and like get it out on the table and talk about it, therapy is going to be huge. There are sex therapists, there are sex counselors, there are people who specialize in this field that can kind of help you navigate those waters. And usually people are embarrassed to talk about it because of our culture, especially with women, that like shames women for being sexual creatures, but also wants them to be sexual creatures. It's like, be sexy, be hot, but also don't have sex and don't be too
unless
sexy.
It's with me.
Unless it's with me. Yeah, like, I don't know. I just feel like, we receive all this like programming. And so it's like, as human beings, we naturally have a biological desire to engage in intercourse, but then we have like society telling us that it's kind of like wrong and that there's shame. I don't know. There's shame attached to it.
Yeah.
And that's not a great mode to operate under when you're experiencing physical pleasure, quote unquote, with your partner. So
yeah, I had an idea, and I don't know if this is a good idea. But
spaghetti-o. No.
Basically, I was going to say a suggestion would be set aside some time, like a session, an intimate session for a night or for a week or whatever, and focus on her enjoyment and discovery and be open-minded, gentle, kind. Don't put any pressure, right?
Yeah.
Penetration is not even a thought during this time. So
am I hearing like set aside a time to talk about it, or is this set aside a time to experiment,
like foreplay,
like sexually?
Yes. Give her the floor, you know, be patient, be kind, and don't set any expectations.
Yeah.
And maybe it takes a few times.
There are like also card games and like dice that you can get that can give you prompts and ideas, but there is this method to go get a piece of paper and cut it up into like 10 pieces, and you each get 5 like little pieces of paper. You write one thing on each piece of paper that you want to try, do, or experience with your partner. And it can be sexual, and it can also be intimate in other ways. It doesn't have to be sexual, but a lot of times it is sexual. But basically you'll just write something that you want to do with your partner. And you put it into a bucket, and you both agree that whatever comes out of that piece of paper, you're going to give it a good faith effort.
Yeah.
Basically. And that can be a great opportunity for this submitter to kind of write down the things that he's wanting to try.
Yeah.
Without feeling the pressure of like, oh, I have to bring it up and it has to be the topic of conversation. Right. Instead, we're just mixing up what each of you wants and like pulling from a bucket.
Yeah.
And it's like, it feels a little less risky. I don't know.
I like it, especially if you could both agree to do it. One thing I really like about that too is that there's a likelihood that you'll get something that wasn't on your list.
Yeah.
And you won't want to do it, but you'll have to make a sacrifice for your partner to do it.
Yeah.
And when you make sacrifices for your partner, I feel like it really tightens things up, and it really like makes you
nice
feel
and tight.
Not like that. It makes you feel, I feel like, more comfortable with your partner. It makes you trust them more.
Yeah.
And that translates.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like that.
Yeah. And I also, I just love it. I think that it's a great thing. And I always tell that to people all the time because I just think it was a really good idea.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
That would be kind of like one of my tips. But definitely if she's feeling pain, she needs to see a doctor. But I talk so much, I can't even remember some of the stuff that I said, but hopefully my blabbing was somewhat helpful.
Pain, see the doctor. Negative self-image, see a therapist. And if it's foreplay, then maybe try that little 5-piece of paper idea.
Yeah.
If it feels like you guys maybe just aren't aligned.
Yeah. And I don't know the whole story too. We only know, we're just taking this submitter's word and believing that that's the whole like picture. But, we don't know the whole picture. We don't know their relationship. And, has she always been so self-conscious? Like, is there something that's going on in their relationship? Has there been any kind of infidelity? Has there been any kind of micro cheating or things that could affect her ability to believe that he is actually physically attracted to her versus just having sex with her because she's there and that's what's supposed to happen.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's endless possibilities, but
Of course.
yeah, hopefully something that we said rang true.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. You got any other last words?
Closing thoughts? No.
Okay.
We summed it up. Good luck, soldier.
May the odds be ever in your favor. Was that good?
So good.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So we can kind of move on to the next submission.
We'll try and keep it quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So this next submission says, I caught feelings for my friend. I'm 23. I moved to a new state last year. Long story short, I started seeing one of my high school classmates kind of act sad on Instagram. We never had talked when we were in high school. I wanted to check up on her though, so we started talking, and she's been through a very bad breakup. I would try to comfort her and cheer her up, and at this point, she moved back to our hometown until she could get her new job location assigned. We continued to talk over text, and now, a year later, I would say that we're pretty close.
Okay.
Recently, we hung out together, and it was really good, but I realized that I caught feelings. We'd flirted over text before, but mostly just casual flirting. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do right now. She sees me as a friend and it's killing me. I don't want to ruin what we already have, but the more that I talk to her, my feelings are growing. What do I do?
Casual flirting?
I know. What is
that?
Because in my opinion, I don't know that platonic friends are like casually flirting with each other, really.
No. What?
I don't think so.
No way. Here's what I say, all right? I had a friend once.
I
lost something I couldn't live without.
My identity.
Yeah, I had a friend once. And it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was friendly. I caught feelings. And then I professed my love for her. And she's sitting right next to me now. And it's the best thing I ever did.
Yeah. Life's
too short, damn it, to try and play things the way they're supposed to be played.
Yeah.
Keeping your friend your friend.
He says that she only sees him as a friend, but I mean, has he talked to her about this? Because how do you know that?
How do you know that?
Yeah. You made me smile. I remember that because I thought you only saw me as a friend, but I had feelings for you too. And I don't know that you knew that at the time. You came outside. I remember it was out on the street in front of your house, and you came outside and you walked me out to my car, or I went out to my car and you followed me out or whatever. But you were basically like, said that you'd been like reading a book or listening to some self-help or something. And this person had said that you should always do something instead of do nothing, or that they'd rather do something than do nothing.
Yeah, when you get old, you'll wish that the regrets you had. I'm totally butchering it right now.
You didn't say all that. You just told me I'd rather do something than nothing. You said I've been listening to some stuff and I've learned that I'd rather say something than nothing.
I'd rather regret doing something than doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
That too.
And before you said that, you were like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And I was so convinced because I was like, oh, I was obsessed with you. I was obsessed with you, and I had feelings for you, but I didn't think that you had feelings for me. And so when you brought that up and you said, "Hey, can I talk to you?" I thought that you were going to be like, "I know you have feelings. I don't feel the same way. Like, I think we should probably just not be friends anymore." Like, I thought you were going to tell me that.
Yeah.
Then you didn't, and you told me that you had feelings, and it worked out amazingly.
Yep.
And if you had been too scared, then who knows what would have happened.
Holy shit, what would have happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
don't know. I'm pretty aggressive and outspoken. I feel like eventually I would have said something.
Maybe.
But maybe not.
Yeah.
You know?
Everything happens when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So.
Or you can make it happen.
And if it happens, then it was supposed to happen.
Yeah, I would definitely urge. I mean, I don't think that the feelings like that just go away. It sounds like I mean, when you catch feelings for a good friend, that just means that you're falling in love with them. You know who they are. You know?
Right. Unless something major comes up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it sounds like he's falling in love with her. Like, that doesn't just disappear. And I don't feel like you can really just be buds with someone through that. And I feel like
it'll hurt.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be this burning feeling. What happens if you never profess that those feelings that you're having, and then she starts dating people.
Yup.
And you have to like watch that, and it's gonna hurt because you stuck around but you weren't honest and you didn't say anything.
Yup.
You should be just brutally honest, unwaveringly honest, and tell her how you're feeling. Be brave. Be brave and do it. And, you know, if she verbally tells you, I do not feel the same way, then that's that. But it's really hard to stay friends with someone that you're falling in love with. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but the things are already set in motion. You're already feeling the way that you feel. That's not just going to disappear. And the longer you sit on it without saying something, the harder, the more painful, the more difficult things are going to be. Just get it out there.
I agree.
Like, you're going to be sweating. You're going to be nervous. Your heart's going to be racing. I don't know what that experience was like for you. I was on the receiving end of it, but I assume you were like nervous and scared and whatever. But
yeah, absolutely.
You know,
it's not, and we can't assume that like if you do tell her or when you tell someone that you like them, that all of a sudden the friendship just disappears.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
You know. You'll never know if you don't try. Is it worth it? I mean, is being secretly in love with her and hurting every day worth just the friendship that you have with her?
Yeah.
And I mean,
yeah. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know.
I don't know. You know, just don't. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just, you're going to be, 50, 60 years old one day, and you're going to be like thinking to yourself, damn it. I wish I just did that.
Yeah. And unless you talk to her, you have no way to know what she's thinking or feeling. And it sounds like they didn't talk in high school, so he's probably feeling worried, like, oh, she didn't like me in high school, so she doesn't like me now. Like, it sounds like he's maybe making assumptions.
People change.
People change.
People glow up, you know?
You got, maybe she does only see you as a friend, but like, is that an experience that you want to have where you're secretly pining after someone that you're just staying friends with because you caught feelings for them and you're like watching them date people and go through their life? Like, right? In my opinion. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Fuck that. I mean, I just wouldn't want to be friends anymore anyway.
Yeah. It'd be too hard.
Yeah, I would.
It'd be too hard. And for me, it would. I never could have done that with you. Like, the feelings I caught were intense, and I couldn't imagine never professing those feelings and sticking around and trying to be friends. Like, it would be hard.
Yeah. And maybe a couple years go by and it fizzles out and whatever, but it might be a couple years of pain.
Yeah.
And a bunch of what ifs and regret.
Yeah. Sorry. And I know he's also saying like, oh, well, I don't want to lose what we have. But it's like, in a way you kind of already have. It's changed. In your view, at least. It's changed. It's different. How you see it is different. That's already kind of happened. So I don't know. I mean, ultimately the choice is up to you, submitter. But in my opinion, you got to tell her how you feel and be brutally honest and open and lay it all out on the table. And if she doesn't reciprocate, then at least you know that you were true to yourself. And I think that that's important.
Yep.
Yeah. That's all that I really have to say about it.
Me too.
I think he should tell her.
Me too.
Yep.
Whatever you decide to do, Godspeed.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why I'm on a Hunger Games kick.
Are you? Well, we don't have to get into that.
Yeah.
Gives me goosebumps.
All right. Well, let's move on and we'll do our closing statements, our cards.
Indeed.
Oh, Charlie's sneezing.
He's sneezing.
All right. So
I will draw first.
Yeah, sure. Here, okay. I'll fan out the cards again. Kind of. I'm not very good at this, but pick a card.
I'm going to pick the most difficult one.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. I'll make it easier. All right.
All right.
What do you think is your purpose in my life?
My purpose in your life.
That is an interesting question. Yeah.
Oh, what do I think my purpose in your life is? This is really funny because my mom and I were having a conversation last night about how the whole concept of having purpose is kind of like bullshit.
Yeah.
Because people think that like, oh, I have to find my purpose in life. And if they don't find their purpose, then it's not worth living or whatever.
Right.
But I understand this card. Like, I don't know. So this card is saying, what's my purpose in your life? That's hard. I don't know how to answer that. I talk all the time. I usually have an answer for things. I'm kind of stumped.
We brought her to silence.
My purpose for being in your life.
This is a tough one because like you're not here to serve me.
Yeah.
Like, so what is, the purpose? The purpose is just to love.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know that's kind of, no, I keep taking different, I know it sounds like I'm just doing nothing sitting here, but I'm taking all these different like avenues down in my head. And like, I think that it's okay to maybe not have a purpose other than to be together. I could get all woo woo and I could talk about my beliefs that our souls have been together before. And maybe I don't know the reason why we've been together again, but I'm grateful for it.
Yeah. The purpose is to find this, find the soul bond again.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's,
once we find it, we ride it out until the next soul search.
Yeah. If you believe in that stuff, that's like the closest thing to spirituality that I feel like I personally experience. And I remember just really feeling like have known you my whole life, or known you in many past lifetimes. When we first started dating, I remember having this overwhelming feeling of like
familiarity.
I've known you. Yeah. And that feeling has never really gone away. And I do believe that. So I guess I could say, I don't know what my purpose is in your life. And perhaps after I pass on and my spirit enters back into the spirit realm, I will see the whole picture and I will understand. And maybe that's not for me to know now.
And then we'll update you guys.
After
we'll update the podcast in the spirit realm. All right.
Anyway, sorry, that got a little deep, but all right. Do you want to fan those out for me?
Yeah.
Is that answer, non-answer okay with you?
That's acceptable.
Okay. All right. I'll just take this random middle one. Okay. How do you feel about your partner liking half-naked pictures on Instagram?
Why? I mean, like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, I'm not.
I know. Why would you be?
I'm not.
Why would you be doing that?
I don't, babe. I just like everything that shows up on my feed. I don't even pay attention. I just like everything.
You just like everything?
Yeah.
Let's go take a look. Let's see. Let's see if that's true. First of all,
I don't even remember liking that.
You're just
fine. If you care so bad, I'll just delete Instagram then.
You just autopilot, double tapped with your thumb.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, aside from the fact that I think it's completely unnecessary and disrespectful, unless it's like, maybe there's some exception, like maybe you're a personal trainer and you have a client.
For you,
I don't know,
me.
right?
For you and me.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
I'm not a personal trainer.
Exactly, right. So, okay, so yeah, so
how does it? I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry, I was just like, I wanted to catch you before you went off on that.
On that tangent, thank you. Yeah, because I'd kept going.
Reel it in.
Yeah, I mean, I would feel.
I got a bag. Tell a friend. Anyway, sorry.
I would feel, I'd feel upset. I would feel like a little self-conscious, and I would feel a little hurt. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It would just feel kind of like it's hard to put it into words.
It is kind of hard to put it into words.
I would wonder why you're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason to do it would be to try to communicate to the person whose picture you're liking that you like it.
Yeah.
It's like a bid for connection.
Yeah.
I would just be like, why are you bidding
on this man's
Mr. Half Naked?
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
It would be hurtful.
Yeah.
So.
That's fair. I think that that's valid and fair. And I, feel the same way.
Yeah.
But I think also that if people don't care, that I think that that's also valid.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, yeah, if you don't care, that's fine. This is, exclusive to us.
Yeah, definitely. We respect that about each other. And we're both cautious with our behaviors online.
Yeah.
And I feel like as humans, as our lives become more and more like chronically online, those kinds of actions mean more too. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just feel like it's
there's more weight to it. now.
It is real. Like a lot of people's arguments will be that it's just social media. It's not even real. Like what's the big deal? And if you feel that way, that's totally fine. Just communicate that with your partner and figure that out for your own relationships.
Yeah.
But I think that, I don't know, maybe you and I would both agree with this. You can tell me if I'm wrong, that liking someone's half naked picture,
right?
It's almost like if you were in person, it's almost the equivalent of, let's say someone walks by in a bikini on the beach and you're like, damn, you look real good.
Right.
Like some people wouldn't care if their partners do that, and that's valid.
Yeah.
And some people would care, and that's also valid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's really, it's no different than real life.
Yeah.
Just the little heart icon versus actually saying it.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing. I mean, it's the attempt.
Yeah. Well, I don't go around doing that. So,
yeah. Yeah, me either. All right.
Well, I feel like that's pretty much it for today.
Peep the slippers.
Oh yeah.
I got some slips
on the
since the last
why
episode.
Are you holding your foot up like that?
Trying to get the.
On the last episode, I showed my slipper. You asked me the question, what do you need to feel like you're at home? And I said number one was you, and number two was my slippers. And I showed my slippers. And then you said that you wanted slippers. And guess what?
A bitch went out and got me slippers. Slipper time. Put it back. Can you put it back on my feet? My love.
There you go, my prince.
Thank you. I love them.
Oh yeah, but anyway, I went out
great.
and I got these, and they have a smiley face on them. That was the whole point of me saying that. I wanted to show the smiley face. They're cute.
Yeah, I like them.
So
they're great.
There you
Indoor
go.
only. I feel like I can just
walk around with warm feet.
Yeah, walk around. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
That
concludes the episode.
I'm supposed to say that.
Take it away.
That concludes the episode. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, thank you. Yeah, thank you all for listening. If you made it to the end of the episode, what do I always say, babe? I'm quizzing you.
If you made it to the end of the episode, drop a like.
No.
Hit that subscribe.
Troopers. If you made it to the end of the episode, you're a trooper.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions, if you have any topics that you would like us to discuss, anything that you want us to react to, or anything like that, you can email us at thespicepodcastofficial@gmail.com. And as always,
stay spicy.
Stay spicy, you guys.
Bye.
Bye. That's it. Bow chicka bow bow.